Gotta love coffee. Hey guys. I need to put this somewhere where it's not going to get bumped. Maybe right here. A little something different. So as you guys have known, I've had the my buddy Will, but his name's Wilfred in plenty of the videos. We've had his Wraith on a number of the videos I have. And as some of you may know, his truck does just stay here. Its home is this house. This is the garage. So after a while, it's been here for a year. He's had it for a year. It's bone stock. The only thing that was upgraded were the shocks. We put these are 120 mil shocks in it, so it flexes like mad. And it's got the Tactic 55 and the metal steering bar there. We run the plastic tops, just so there's something to give. But that's all there is. There's nothing else in this truck. And after a year, he finally blew the gears in the transmission. Stock gears. We never put a grease in them. We just ran the thing. Basically bought it and ran it. Like ready to run, we put ready to run to the test. You guys get an Axial because ready to run, they're fine. Like the servos that come in them are basically this servo, but they're a little weaker. So you might have to get a stronger servo. You don't actually really need to get the metal links if you don't want to, but they're better, so you probably will. But ready to run, they will last. Like, the plastic links are still going strong. Everything in this truck is still going strong, but the gears in the trans and the 20-turn motor finally went. After a year of running it strong, so that's not really bad. Like, it's all still there. It's all still in good shape and everything. Like the truck's in very good condition considering the beating it has taken. It's not taken nearly as much of a beating as the Bomber, for example, but that's me, not him. But that being said, it being a year, I kind of wanted to, change it up so that he was getting tired of having panels. Because that's what most of the Wraiths come with, is the panel. And he was just getting a little tired of it, so we figured, let's maybe get a body for it or something. And after some looking around and some waiting, a buddy of mine ended up picking up it's like a Tamiya Clodbuster or something, and it had this body on it. A proline K5 body, 1/10 scale. And I thought, since he wanted to get a new one so he could paint it his way, I thought, well, that's actually a cool paint job. I don't mind it. It's totally like 80s looking paint job, so that's not bad. So we went and did a trade. And so he took my old frame, the SCX-10 frame that you guys had seen for my build. My new one will be here in about a week. So that frame and the old plastic plate went to him. I got a couple new motors and this body. We cut the window out, cut the doors out, had to cut a bunch of the fenders out, made a little bit of breather hole because the ESC is right there. So just so there's some air movement there. Cut out the back, obviously, to give it that kind of a pre-runnery sort of look. So there's the back. Kind of looks, where's it gonna sit? It's gonna sit right there. That's where it will sit. So the cage just comes out the back. And that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted it to be flush because it came out to like here. So it was a little bit too big for the look I was kind of going for. Could have kept it on and it would have been fine, but the problem with that was there's so much flex that it was actually going to be fine, really. I just thought, I've had a spawn. It's kind of a pain having to take the body on and off that put your battery in. This way he can literally slide his battery in, plug it in through the front two windows, just, put your fingers through it. And because as you guys can see, his cord is cord comes up through, it's right in the back, so it wouldn't be hard for him to run all that through. So that's something that we've been wanting to do with this truck. So there's, you know, something new here, something new on the bench. Wanted to show you guys. The Wraith is still around. It's actually part of the Quak team. I'm the mechanic for the truck. I'm the manager. I manage the truck. This is not my truck. But a bunch of work's going to be going into this. For example, only because I'm putting the other two of these in the bomber to make the front all metal links. I'm going to put the two upper links in the rear, and they will be painted red. A little darker than the body, but they will be painted red. The four bottom Wraith Axial links are outside right now drying red. So just to kind of make it look a little cooler, just to throw a little bit of extra design in there for them. It's not something I normally do on my trucks. I'm not really ever worried about it because the paint is going to scratch off. But I figured he'd like it. You know, just do it up really nice. He comes over and it's just tiddlied all up and everything like that. Anyway, then with the motors, he felt like going with the 35 turn, or if you want to call it, this is a 540 motor. I don't think this is actually a 35 turn motor. Apparently it is, but we're going to see what it does. We'll gear it down. I have a 27 turn and a 35 turn here, but it's a brand new motor, which he needs, so it's a good motor. The Red Cat motors, they're not bad in any way. And then we have the replacement gear set for the trans. We just got the plastic ones. He's not really worried about running metal gears right now. Once he goes brushless, or he might end up eventually trading it up for a different vehicle, since I'm kind of building up more SCX-10s. One and getting another one soon. It's just the way it is, so I don't know, you know, what he really wants to do. So this was $8.99 or something like that, $7.99, so he just got these. That way it's back on the trail, it's working. We're going to change up the spur and pinion to a, I hope this one is good. It's got a little bit of wear on it, but a coarse thread gear system, well put together, because this one's got fine gear, and I noticed he just doesn't have the torque. And some people say, oh no, the fine gear is actually meant for torque. I get it, it could be, but I run this setup in all my vehicles, and like in the past I've run basically this setup, and I never have the problems I'm running into right now. So, or the bomber might have been fine gear, and that explains why it didn't really, or the spawn I think might have been fine gear. Not 100%, but I know that my bomber's got a lot of torque to it. Slightly different drivetrain obviously, but it should still, I think in my opinion, help with the coarse gear. And I believe this is a 9 or 10 tooth pinion, maybe 11. I think they come with a 12, so 12 or 13. So it's a little smaller. Give this thing a little extra torque and see what it can do. Because as you guys can see in a lot of the videos with the Wraith, back when it had the panels, it's also dubbed Green Bastard, but the truck doesn't necessarily crawl up stuff very well. You have to give it a lot of throttle. Yes, it had a 20 turn, but I've run 20 turns in the bomber. I've run a 15 turn in the bomber, and I crawl it just fine. So that's where I really fall to the coarse tooth gear sets. I'm going to run these in it. Again, just the plastic stuff. If he wants to build it up, I'll get a hold of Boom Racing and do an order and you know, like I did for the scalar, which I will be doing for the bomber as well, and this thing will get done up. Next couple videos I will also be putting the Yeti on the bench and doing some talking about that, because he's done some interesting things to that. Back to being a Yeti, but it's quite he's getting that thing flexing really good for what it is, so it's pretty cool. But nothing really new for the scalar build, aside from one thing. Yesterday, I'm going to hopefully say your name right, Kyle Desjardins. I may have said that wrong, the last name. But we had done I ordered some scale license plates, and then we did a deal where he took, I had a air spray, you know, like the spray gun system. I can't put the word in my head right now. But I had like the compressor, the little gun, and everything, so, and I was just gonna get rid of it. It was older, I didn't really know what it was worth. I knew it worked, I just didn't know how much about the stuff, right? Well, I'm kind of interested in it, and then we ended up going, well, how would I just give you that, and you just give me the plates, and asked if he had a battery tray, which he did, which I'm really excited for. It's right here. It's not the Axial one, but it's it actually holds the battery in a little more, which I like. So Kyle, thank you very much for this. And I'll be seeing you on Sunday. I'll get to that in a minute, people. But I'll grab the plates here. Here we go. There we go. Oh, got that right? Yeah. Beautiful British Columbia Quak Rc, or Quak Rc, August 1990. Those are going on the scalar. So those will be on the Toyota SR5. Big shout out to you, Kyle. I've got a business card here. I think that's, yep, there's where they come from. Thanks, guys. Awesome job. Great quality. Like, that's one thing. The first thing he said is just look at the quality, and it's the first thing I noticed is the quality of them is just awesome. Like, you put they feel like they're a license plate in your hand. It's awesome. And then, of course, little bag of hardware. 4 screws actually screw into the body, so I like that. It's like legit license plates. But yeah, big shout out. Thanks, Kyle. Probably won't be seeing those on Sunday, but you'll be seeing them on a truck at a different competition, which brings me to that. Quak Rc is going to be going to its first competition that's actually being held where I do all my videos. They're holding a team crawler, or team truck challenge, something like that. It's basically a crawler comp, trail day. It's a 1.9 only. So me and my buddy Scotty found a loophole. He's got a score that'll be on the bench at some point, but we're going to throw 1.9s on. He's going to put 1.9s on the score, and I'm putting 1.9s on the bomber. So those flat iron XLs, 1.9s, they're going to be on the bomber, and I'm going to go diff drag my way through the crawler comp. It's 1.9 only. There's no, it can be 8x8, 6x6 tow trucks. So the size of the truck, no problem. But 2.2s, too big. They'll just dominate the trail. So it makes sense. It's going to be different. The bomber's going to be fine in my opinion, but I'm going to have to do a little bit of tweaking and see how it's going to look and everything like that, and how it's going to work. That's going to be filmed. We'll be hopefully doing the filming as me and Scotty are driving through the course, and we will get a whole bunch of footage of all the other trucks, and yeah, I'm really excited. So, aside from that, I hope everyone's having an awesome week, and we're getting to the end, getting to trail time, end of the week, no more work, even though I've had a pretty easy week, not really working this week. Not that I've work, but just no work, so being called upon me. So it's been kind of a lazier week, but I had a lot of other things I've had to get dealt with and finished and whatever, so I've been getting all that done, and we're going to be seeing a lot more videos coming here. The rain's starting to really come down, so I'm hoping the mud starts settling, because it's not settling. The ground was kind of hollow, hard, so it took a while. It's soaking up now. Hopefully it stays. Might gear down the bomber a little bit, put a 35 turn back in it, even though by that point my scaler will be done. I'm going to have to metal gear that. So Boom Racing, going to be contacting you about some parts that I still have to order up for that truck. Of course buy them, but you know what I mean. I'm going to be calling you up. And by calling, I guess I can call now, but by calling, email. And by all you guys out there, check out Boom Racing. Such awesome stuff. They just came out with a whole bunch of other stuff that's just really cool, and especially for the 1.9 guys, scalar guys, just lots and lots of stuff. Anybody really, Traxxas, Go Show, anybody, any of you guys, they got all the stuff, so check them out. Proline Racing, obviously, check them out. CowRc, obviously, check them out. And if you really want to, like, subscribe, comment, share, dislike, doesn't matter. If you think it's cool, thanks. Plenty more to come. I gotta go check on those links, make sure they're still doing decent. Get this thing apart, put back together, get the bomber ready for Sunday. Quak Rc's first event. Well, not my personal, but you guys know what I mean. Happy trailing. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.